Welcome back, everybody, to the wonderful wide world of Pokemon. I am, of course, Meals, and I am here. Well, we're here. Gosh, we're back for the first episode in like 4 or 5 months at
That's
this
what happens.
first episode since 21 questions, which
Yeah,
is like an all timer, in my opinion.
absolutely
Like,
was.
what a way to go out of 2021.
It was
Like
amazing.
3 months early.
Yeah, you called it.
Nonetheless, I am, of course, here with Jay Kotsu himself.
Yes.
Um, I Big Gucci Pafif.
4 episodes left of Jujutsu Kaisen for me. Everyone thought I wouldn't watch it.
No, I'm glad you got through it, man. This is
You
glad too,
need to
man.
tell me where to watch the movie. You need to show me the Russian sites I can watch it
so
on.
so I okay. Here's my thing. I have it right, and like you know how like you give something to somebody that's not 100% what you want. I don't want the quality of how I had to watch it to affect what you think about the movie.
Okay, that's fair.
Does that make
That's fair.
sense? It's not a bad leak. It's doable, but like it's not great.
I can wait.
And so I'm looking like every other day though.
I'm glad that you said that, Jeff.
That's really where I am with it, honestly. Like
you obviously care very much about this. Where you,
I
like,
really
don't
do,
want
bruh.
to
I
see
really
this,
do,
bro. I don't want you to even see it like this.
I swear, dude. That's exactly what I'm on.
Oh my god! But listen, we are not here alone. We're returning in 2022, and we have a special guest on the line. He's on Twitter at Jonomon Gaming.
Jonomon
Is that
Gaming.
right?
Yeah, Jonomon Gaming.
Game. There you go. So we're here. We're live. He's a member of our Discord, and he talks Pokemon with us all the time.
Sure.
We have Jonathan here on the line. What is up, bro?
How y'all doing? Thank you for having me. I really do appreciate this. Like, really big fan of the A Show. Love you guys. Love everything y'all do. RSPN, A Show, all of that.
Thank you.
Listen, that's beautiful, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. And listen, you knew when there was, first of all, because we haven't covered, so just a preview for this episode. Obviously our last episode was in October. There was a whole game that came out. There's another game that comes out in 1 week, so we got actually quite a bit to talk about. But you were ready. You were like, yo, I want to be on one of these things where you talk about this game. I need to be there. So I'm hoping you got takes and you have opinions and you have everything coming on, because we got quite some stuff to talk about. I mean, it's a little Sinnoh-based, Hisuian.
Hisuian, I think.
We'll find out soon.
I don't know.
This is the Hisuian game. All right, so the Hisui region. That's what I want to say. I don't know. I threw a W in there. Whatever. But first things first, what I want to ask you, I'm going to ask you 3 questions.
Okay.
Very easy questions. Or maybe hard, depending on the things. 1, I'm going to ask you all 3 at the same time, and you can kind of figure out how to maneuver this. What introduced you to Pokemon? What is your favorite Pokemon? And what is your favorite Pokemon game?
I was introduced to Pokemon the same as y'all. Literally Game Boy Color, Pokemon Red. That was my first game. My cousin had Blue. We were rivals. I would name my cousin my rival. He would name me his rival. So,
That's how it's
so it
done.
felt, yeah, exactly. So I've been playing for a while. So I've been playing almost every generations I've played at least once. I've rebought them again, of course. So that's how I got introduced to Pokemon since I was legit. Snorlax is my favorite.
We got a Snorlax.
Snorlax, I play him in Pokemon Unite. One day I'll have a house big enough so I can buy that big old Snorlax beanie that you can sit on.
A $300 one.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
How was Unite, by the way? How is that going?
So I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't played in a bit because, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
No, of course.
But
it is what it is.
But it is a fun game. It's a great game that you can pick up anytime, learn fairly quickly, and then it just gets repetitive. That's my opinion of Unite. It just gets really repetitive. It's the same thing over and over again.
That's true.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's not fun. Okay.
And the third question was my favorite game. It would be between 4th gen and 5th gen.
What game did you get for the 4th gen? Well, actually, those are 2 very good gens, because those are probably my favorite gens too.
4th gen was Platinum.
Yes,
and Platinum. That's what brought me back into Pokemon after they got the DSIs. So that got me back into it. and then fifth gen Pokemon Black and White, the first part, not the second one, because of the story with
Oh,
N. N literally, I think he's like the best
yeah, he's
villain slash hero or anti-hero, if you want to call him that way. I don't know.
no, I think N is
He should
awesome.
be in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, I'm about to say he could have worked in a few places.
Yep.
He's a great character design, honestly.
And I don't know. I feel like that one really had like the best villains, like other than Team Rocket for for being old school, but I don't know. I think Team Plasma. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Team Plasma. Those Colgate looking crews, like like fucking toothpaste. No, Gen 5. I don't know when I decided that Gen 5 might be my favorite gen, just because I think Black and White 2 is one of the best games ever. But when you say Black and White 1, I love that one because of the story, but Black and White 2 just expands everything so crazily. So I'm a big fan of that one, man. Like it's crazy. Well, thank you for sharing, first of all.
No, anytime.
Listen, we got a lot to talk about, guys. We got a lot to talk about because, and I don't know how much we're gonna be able to talk about this stuff like that, but we missed. So what we'll do is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. This is gonna be kind of the prelude to the main course, to the main conversation. This is going to be the. I haven't watched. All right, so maybe Pat, you watch Star Wars movies, right?
Yeah, I'm a white guy.
He's seen them.
You see, what is it? All right, so what Star Wars would you like compare like Diamond the Diamond Pearl kind of timeline to like the Legends Arceus Hisuian timeline? Is there like a direct correlation? Because I feel like there is.
I mean, my answer for this is so long and obnoxious. There would be, but it's not something that would be, as far as I know, in canon anymore. I'm very familiar with the canon from before Disney took over, but after the Disney takeover, none of that stuff counts anymore. And they haven't actually gone back far enough, as far as I know, in any of the shows or movies for there to be something as far back as Arceus.
Damn. All right. Well, not to that. I'm trying to see what could I compare this to. What kind of anime related thing could I compare this to?
It's so far back. Like,
yeah, this is like
they're covering all bases with this shit.
This is less like, I guess, anime and movies and more like.
Actually, wait, Meal, I'll do you one better. Star Wars and video games. So, if you played Pokemon, you may also remember a game called Knights of the Old Republic, and that's the mechanics of the game are almost unbearable now. There's some people who are going to try to crucify me for saying that, but the story of it was like, hey, here's some shit that happened way before any of the movies. So it is like that. Your question could not defeat me.
You got through it.
Nonetheless, all right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump to the present, or as present as this game is. I don't know. It's still pretty like, bleh, but like Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the remake from the original series. It came out the weekend that Jeff and I were at Anime NYC.
I knew you guys were not gonna play this when you were there.
I think I asked him like as soon as I saw him, and I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna get it." So,
well, yes, he told me for the longest that he wasn't gonna get it, and I believed him. And I bought the game immediately after. I think the Saturday event was over or something along those lines. So I bought it immediately after, and I had it in my bag for like maybe like a week and a half, without actually playing it. And then I was like, you know what? It's time to turn on this game. Time to see. At least we got to get this thing started. Pat, have you purchased the game at all?
No.
Any reason why?
The reason why this came out when, like right before Thanksgiving, right?
yes.
That was right when I got the Xbox, and then Halo came out right at the beginning of December, and I've mostly just been playing multiplayer online in that, and also Shin Megami Tensei 5, which has many Pokemon-like mechanics, but it's like turn-based. You build it's you, and you like kind of get possessed by a demon, and then you like build a team of demons that function like Pokemon, except it's 4-on-4 turn-based instead of 1-on-1 turn-based. It's like old Final Fantasy kind of, but it's extremely sick. I probably would have bought it just to kill some time if I hadn't been doing this, but yeah.
No, it's perfectly fine. Well, you played the original games, right?
Oh, of course. A lot.
All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're among my favorites.
No, it's practically the same fucking game. It's like close to the same game, like very, very close to the same game.
Yeah, this was finally the time when it was like just didn't have time for the direct. If it had been different, I probably would have bought it. But the direct remake, I just couldn't. I
feel you. And Jonathan, I'm assuming you bought the game.
I did. I only bought Pearl.
Look at you! All right, I bought Pearl too. I was gonna get Diamond, and then
No, I literally went to GameStop. I said, "Yo, flip a coin, whichever it lands, that's the one I get." That's it. I really didn't care.
All right. Little do you know, GameStop has double-sided coins, and they just give you whatever that's in stock.
Yeah, whatever they got the most of, they'll give you that one.
What's this nigga thinking? He's just like, yo, just give him the game. But nonetheless, I mean, all right. So we all got Pearl essentially. So what I did was I asked. Usually, what I do with Carlos is like, yo, Carlos, what version you gonna get? And he usually goes to the other version that he knows what I want. I don't know if I like to think the first one that they name in the titles, like the Diamond and the Pearl.
Oh, that's the one
Diamond
that feels right to you.
It's usually the alpha version. I don't want to say like
people don't say Pokemon Blue and Red. You know, they say Pokemon Red and Blue.
They say red and blue. So I always feel like the one that comes first is like the alpha version, and the one that comes second is the beta version, even though they're the same game. But it's still kind of like, I don't know. They don't call it fucking blue and red. Like it's not interchangeable at all. So I asked Carlos. He said he wanted to get Diamond. I was like, you know what? I'll get Pearl this time, because usually I get Sun, I get Black, I get I get Sword, I get everything, man. I get everything first. But he's like, you know what? For this game, considering how inconsequential this is to my life at all, I'll get Pearl. So I got Pearl, and I haven't been able to get a Gligar at all, and it kind of bugged me getting through this game. But nonetheless, that's how the game is. Jeff, I'm not going to acknowledge that you now have this game.
I did make a play on the game. I had like 30,000 GameStop points, and I didn't know what to do with them, and I found something to do with them. So
how many? All right, so how many of those points add up to the game?
It was like I got like $20 off the game.
Oh,
so it was worth. I mean, it was worth.
Gotten $20 off of Arceus.
No, Arceus is done for. Like that's already situated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but which is what also took me so long to get this game was I just thought the releases were a bit close for me. Like with Pokemon, if I decide to like let it consume everything else, that can be it. Like I can just zone all the way in on just Pokemon. And this would have been like a 4-month project if I decided to do it this time. Like I would have been in it in November, and then I'd be hyped up for next week, and then it would have stretched.
I promise you that there is no 4-week thing with this game.
I don't know. I mean, I'm playing it now, and I'm having a good time with it. But I'm not like, obviously it is like Pat, exactly what Mill said. Like it is the same game. I mean,
it is.
But it's really it's cool. It's got that whole nostalgia thing if that's what you're looking for. But right now it's just burning some time until next week, and that real monster comes out. But if you love Diamond and Pearl, you grew up on it, it made you feel good, or there was a moment in history that like it was just really important to you, I would definitely say get this game and play it because you'll enjoy it. I'm enjoying it, but it is the same game I played.
You're like enjoying it, but it's like I enjoy it because it's Pokemon, and Pokemon makes me happy.
Sure,
but
it just took me a while, bro, because my mind, really like. And then they also dropped so much dope information on Arceus, like leading up to it. So it's like this game wasn't even happening to me at some times.
It's the precursor. It's the preview. It's the appetizer.
Yeah.
It is.
Although I do have my reserves about Arceus too.
Right, Jonathan, what's your thoughts on this game, man?
So I really did think it was fun. I enjoyed. I'm not gonna lie. I did enjoy the 2B versions of all the characters and everything. But what I really did like was the post game was because all the gym leaders, they had like full IV stats and EV stats if you know any of those, and then like the Elite Four also, and they all had like the right item and the right moveset. So it somewhat made it more of a difficulty, especially if you were like into nuzlocking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that I really enjoyed, and the Underground, of course.
Yeah, I could never nuzlocke this game. I would, I would not. Nah, you know what? The game isn't that hard to be like, oh, it's nuzlocke. Like I'm gonna be gone forever. But nonetheless, like I don't know. But this game, I was just like, it's a direct remake. It is what it is. It's really just to have fun with it. I had fun going all the way through. I forgot my team. I think my team actually I could probably put up on Twitter or something like that. But I know I had Luxray. I know I had. I had. I know I had. I think I started off with Infernate because I'm afraid. I'm a punk. I was like, what? Even though they told me, yeah, go to a Grand Underground, you get more fire types. I was like, I'm not trusting those motherfuckers, man. Just give me my Infernate. It's the key fire type in this game. What else did I have?
I definitely
Absol.
Yeah, I definitely started with. You got your Absol. I got a Pachirisu right now that's like running crazy on this, and I got my Shellos because I love Gastrodon.
Yes, see, right here.
Yeah, you know, man. You know, I got a lot of love for Gastrodon. I got a Rosalia in here. I do got a Luxio because you know you can't give me one that early and me not like train it up.
Yeah, no, for sure. Jonathan, who do you run with in this game?
So, I was gonna, I did Infernape, of course, first, Star Raptor. I was gonna do Luxray until I found out I can get a Magnemite. So Magnezone that was on my team.
Ooh. Oh, that's good. That's like very.
Yep.
I guess festive towards the game because you can get the like Magnezone is like the game's game.
Yep.
Thing.
Is this the game that added Aerial Ace?
I'm not sure.
I swear, fucking what's his name? Staraptor was the first Pokemon with Aerial Ace. Maybe I'm wrong.
If it's not fourth gen, was third gen. There was.
I feel like it was third gen.
Okay,
I might be wrong about that, but no. It was third gen because I remember they like it was a big like fuck. What's that stupid bird in third
Swellow.
Gen? Yeah,
well,
that was like
yes.
That was this big thing, and like even in the anime, it was like Aerial Ace. It's like wow.
Yeah.
Aerial Ace.
Oh my god! But yeah, who else? What else did you have?
Garchomp.
Oh yeah, I got one of those too.
And
the fact that they made it so easy to get, it was like ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. And I really can't remember my last two, truthfully. I know I had a water Pokemon and something else. I don't remember right now, truthfully.
The fact that you know, unable to tell you the entire team without really looking or anything like that. Obviously, I have the game up right now, but that does tell me a lot. Like
no, but it's like
when I'm hardcore in, I could tell you. You know, I'll tell you my IVs. I'll tell you movesets and shit. I remember Sword and Shield was like that. Like I could tell you exactly what I was doing.
Well, listen, like this game's 2 months ago. It has the shelf life of maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks max. 3 weeks definitely max. If you're playing anything, they haven't opened up Pokemon Home yet, so you can't even take the damn good stuff you got out yet. Let me see.
I finally cleared Sword and Shield.
Okay. Yo, you know what they need in Pokemon games, which I hope they do at Legends Arceus, that they do at normal games? Like, they need, like, you've 99% of this game, you've 98% of your game, you've completed every task, or every person.
It'll be the same day they give us a difficulty starting off the game. I just feel like it's not something they care for us to know. It's like, we could tell you that you've been on this game for 300 hours, but we can't tell you how much of a percentage, like how many have you trained, or have you battled everyone in the game? I want to know that. Like, who did I miss? Did I miss somebody? Let me know that. Can I get a medal for it? Can I get something for it?
Nintendo, I don't know why they're not big on notifications. Like,
they're not.
Like Xbox, and I feel like Xbox really put it out there for people when they did the 360, but Nintendo don't like that. I don't know why.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue either. But nonetheless, okay, sorry. So, few things about Brilliant Diamond. This is the worst review ever, by the way. Because I feel like we're like, all right, let's get to Arceus. But nonetheless, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I mean, there was some. So they introduced a couple new things. So they introduced the Grand Underground, which I would say is a very solid, feature to it. It's something where you can catch more Pokemon. You can, finish your Pokédex earlier. Like realistically, no one was going to fly around this game above ground and start catching everything or waiting for everything because this game is just a novelty. So Grand Underground was something I was like, oh, okay, it's fresh, it's new. You can go catch this here, and then when you finish the post game, you can catch all the starters and all the other stuff in the wild, which is nice.
It's dope.
Amity Square, or I think it's called Ramones Park, or no, it's Amity Square. That was cool. I was like, huh, all right, whatever. The Poketch, I think that was bad.
That was trash.
Yeah. The Poketch being so the thing with the Poketch is when it was in the original games, because the DS had 2 screens, the Poketch would always be on the
They
bottom.
just do this bitch on the top right hand corner.
And it is so yeah, nah, that shit is just so in the way. Like I don't even use it at all.
It's
I'm
off.
like, yo, get this
It's off.
yeah, get that shit out of here.
I just needed it to get mystery gift, and I was cool to go. I was good to go.
Man, imagine trying to use like item finder and stuff like that on there. Like it was really bad. It was
Yeah.
like I don't know. They just threw it on. I feel like they threw it on there just because it was in the old game, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like, yo, where can we put this? Put it on the top. Listen, in the right corner. Just put it somewhere, man. Like it's not even a big deal. Like, you know, put the Poketch on there. Make an app for them for the Poketch and have them use it there. Or something. We just need this game out. That's how it kind of felt because, I mean, not the Poketch is like really like a great technology. It's not the Rotom Dex, which kind of I think really changed your game. But the Poketch is like, yeah, that was pretty bad. HM's being removed, very good though.
Yeah, we needed
like,
that. Need that love.
Like amazing.
My Bidoof does everything.
That was the kind of thing that was like surprising that it happened.
Yeah, but it probably took them. It was like, all right, if we're coding anything from this game, it's like to make sure that a random what would fly you everywhere? Was it a Staraptor? I forget.
Yeah, it was a Staraptor.
It would just fly you around the game. Bidoof would do everything else for the most part.
Yeah.
Or B Barrel, which is like surf you around the game and shit like that. Like it's unless it was like Defog too. Defog was like, yo, I didn't even want to get like. I forgot it existed.
Come on, man. No one wants to use that.
It's been bad since the start. I'm telling y'all, I would go through that cave in red and blue and yellow without flash because I just didn't want to give it to nobody.
Yeah.
I've done it so many times.
It's a defog. Yeah, I didn't use defog in any part of the game. I just looked at the map from the original game on Bulbapedia, and I was like, all right, I can navigate through this. And there's a couple people to fight. Yeah, I can navigate through this. It's easy. But I mean, the game 1-of-1 remake, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, man.
If you want to, if you want to buy some time until this thing starts, you feel free to do it. I would say the best part, like Jonathan said, fighting the gym leaders. Cynthia is tough as fuck. Like, so it's well worth getting it if you want an actual battle that's actually like tough, because it took me like three tries to beat Cynthia on the first go.
That's pretty real in Pokemon.
Yeah, like she is as tough as advertised, because and you know what, the trick I had to use to beat her, which was like it's so whack, but also like not manly at all. I had to, so because of Luxray and I had Intimidate, I would go every time her Garchomp came out, I would send out Luxray and he would die, but I would get an Intimidate off.
A strategy, man.
And then I
revive and bring him back,
and then I use Intimidate again.
Oh my god, Mills!
Real strats.
Because them earthquakes, and whatever else.
Still the most OP move like in Pokemon. Still is kind of weird. But, Earthquake has survived the times. Before we move on, talk about Arceus though. Which remake y'all want next? What's next? You know this is gonna keep happening, so might as well put something out there.
Ooh,
I definitely think Black and White is gonna come out next.
Black and White's gotta come next. I totally agree. Maybe like a complete version.
Yep.
With like both halves.
I doubt Pokemon's gonna give us both halves.
That shit would be hard though.
It
Black
would.
and White complete or some shit. You know?
If they did it because if I'm not mistaken, that's the first one that had a hard version that you could actually have harder trainers.
Yeah.
So if they did that and they put a hard version in it, I'm like, yo, that's it.
Yeah, nah. I mean, it's between that and probably a remake of Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
I'm about to say, are we almost there again?
Or Crystal rather. So probably a remake of Crystal.
Oh, you mean like Let's Go?
Suicune's promotable.
Yeah, but I hope it's not like Let's Go, because
no more Let's Go.
Nah, we can do without Let's Go.
Yeah.
Let's Go was like a response to like the surge of popularity for like Pokemon Go for me, and now Pokemon Go
I
is kind of
appreciated
trash.
it, but it's just not. Yeah,
Yeah, I would go. I would go with the remake of Crystal because I kind of like Yusin because he's kind of a nut. Like the man is really following around Suicune everywhere, and he's kind of obsessed with him. So I found that hilarious that he's like a magician dressed up guy who's obsessed with Suicune. Um, but yeah, other than that, I would go Black and White. Black and White is pretty hard. Pat, what would you remake next if you could remake something?
I also would want Black and White, but I would want the whole game. I want Black and
yeah,
White 1 and
man.
2.
Complete edition. That shit would be crazy.
Especially if they're not gonna do that much, that would be a good way to get people to pay full price for a game.
Absolutely.
That was also one of the reasons I was like,
That's
I
the
don't.
easy 60
Come
if
on.
somebody says both parts.
Nah, they're not gonna give us that. I'm just like so like nah. They're like with remakes, they're like over the thought. I feel like they only gave us this because we asked, and because there is no effort put into this game if you compare it to like, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. There is literally no effort put into this game. There's none at all.
It's really only like if you want to know this world and you haven't played this before you play Arceus.
Yeah, essentially. So, I mean, that's this game. I'm gonna end it right here. There's no more need to talk about it. I think we got enough out of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. If we had reviewed this in November, it probably would have been the same length. So it is what it is. Let's dip into Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is the premiere game. It drops next week, Friday.
Mhm.
That's January 28th. I'm all right. So beyond this, there's so many leaks already for this, which we will talk about at some point. So we're not going to talk about it right now, but we will reach a spoilery version where we're talking about all of the leaks that you guys. There's a threshold that we is, so just be prepared for that if you're listening to this and don't want to find out about the game. But I want to know.
It takes place in San Andreas,
which would be fire.
Play as CJ. Yeah, wait, hang on. This is awesome.
They should. I mean,
Wait, they should put CJ in Super Smash Brothers.
There's no way.
Okay, we're getting off track here.
Okay. All right. Let me start with you, Pat. First of all, because I have this question for everybody thus far. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of Pokemon Legends Arceus? With everything that we know thus far, what is like one of the prominent things that sticks out in your mind?
I guess like getting attacked by a Pokemon. Like just me, because I like that can happen, right?
Yeah, no, you can absolutely. And they can kill you and take your items, and that not kill. Pokemon, no one dies in this game, but you black out, which might be even worse. But
trust me, it's not.
Oh, it's not. And then they take your items. You drop a few items. They let you know which items you drop, which is I'm assuming is going to be like very inconsequential items. I hope it's not like you dropped your Master Ball and and the Electivire took it. But yeah, definitely like getting beat up by Pokemon is very real in this game. It is something I never really thought about happening. Nor did I like understand like the consequences of this actually happening. Like why would this be a thing? Jeff, what's your first thing that comes to your mind when you think of this game?
I don't know, man. Honestly, like, where's Arceus, man? What's going on, man? What is this? Like, what does he have to do with this, really, outside of it being really, really old?
I guess it's like the Bible.
Yeah, I know. Like, I feel like we're retelling the legendary story before the war, before the Great War. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. My expectations for the game are extremely like low. I just want to play it, and then from there, I'll really be able to see. Yeah, I don't really care. Like, I'm just kind of like, I want to play it.
Excited about it.
I want to play it. I want to play it, and I want to like experience like how they're gonna handle online gaming. And you know me, I am still like, I love VGC and I love the setup of like what they have going on these past few years. I'm curious about how that's gonna land, but I don't know. What are they gonna make more?
we get to the spoiler section, I'll let you know exactly how that's gonna.
Yeah. I want to know. Like, there's only so much. What I mean by that is like my replay value comes from that type of stuff. So I'll collect
Mm,
everything and do everything I have to do, but I'm not gonna just keep turning it on for no reason. So
interesting. Okay, Jonathan, what's your main thought? What's your first thing that comes to mind when you think about this game?
So my immediate thoughts is the open mic wow, the open areas like the wild areas. I want to see if it's just gonna be like multiple wild areas or a giant whole wild area. So I don't know. That's what I'm really excited for.
Yeah, this is all right. So my first thoughts is, and this goes into kind of like what everyone's thinking. This game is very incredibly frightening to me. Like this game, as someone who is an avid Pokemon player, this breaks out all the bounds, all the expectations. Even the battling mechanics look very frightening to me. I'm like, yo, light hits, strong hits.
mm-hmm.
Um, I have to when you catch something, if it doesn't see you, it might be able to catch you, but then you also have to like throw a bomb, a smoke bomb, or a berry or something along those lines. There's like so much that's like going on that my senses aren't prepared for because I'm so used to a very like not even like a it's not necessarily even linear, but it kind of is. It's like you have one option that splits into like three different options, and those are the real options. And then you can go back to start. So it's like it ends up being um this like cycle of like how you play the game, like this like web of like, okay, you can do either these three things, and then after you're doing three things, then you start over and do this. But this one is just like, wow, like I really have to like do task and like fight stuff and also fight to live as I'm trying to make my Pokemon also not die. So there's like a lot of things going on with this game that I'm not like I'm so afraid, man. Like
I mean, yeah,
I don't
it's
know
a
why.
scary one, man. Because like I feel like they're turning a corner a bit as far as what the fuck they're gonna do next. The whole
Mm,
open world thing, right? It was a big deal. They gave it to us, and they gave it to us a little bit better. And now we're getting it. It looks like maybe in its full capacity as far as like, hey, now we'll go ahead and do everything and give you everything you want, hopefully. So what's next? I mean, is Legends a thing? I think it is. I think it's something we'll see yearly or whatever the
Yeah.
case may be. But you know, I've given them. I feel like we've given them enough time for getting the open world stuff together.
part of me feels like I'm gonna open the internet next Wednesday and
Mm,
IGN is gonna be like 6.7.
I honestly, man, I don't know. I feel like traditionally, Pokemon games do really well, like from like what it is, because as far as the genre, like nobody's really moving like this anymore. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
really worried about ratings, bro. I'm just like, I think
yeah,
they're
but
still going
it's
to be
really
safe.
because when you think about it though, it's like a lot of it's because you know what to expect. So you're kind of like playing this game that you kind of want to play because you know what you're going to get out of this game. But
Hmm.
this is a complete departure. So
I
they're
know,
actually
but
trying new
I
things
think it's still
and
Pokemon though. I do, bro. I
it
don't know. I don't. I
is
think it's still gonna be pretty safe, dude.
kind of
I think it's still gonna
kind
be. I
of
think it's
like
still gonna be kind of safe. Kind of safe. Like I see the trailers. It does look different as far as like the attacking and getting attacked by Pokemon. I mean the type of stuff that they're introducing us isn't like new to gaming.
hmm.
Yeah. Which is like it was with Sword and Shield.
Exactly,
Like,
exactly. And I
it's
can
not new to
handle it. I
gaming,
can
just new to Pokemon.
exactly, and I can deal with it. But I do feel you on as far as like it's a scary game because I think this shit really could be hit or miss. I mean, there were games that I played like X and Y that I didn't really like. I got through it because it was so new and so fresh and looked so good, and I do like the games. But looking back on it,
Hmm.
like today, I don't. I think I was just wilding. Like they were
Hmm.
fun games, but maybe like I personally overhyped it just because of like what they were giving us. From like
Hmm.
the change perspective of it, and Sword and Shield opened my eyes. It's like, oh, y'all really did great with this. I hope it continues. And then obviously this Arceus news that we've been waiting on, and it's finally here, like in a few days. And I don't know, man. I really just don't have any expectation. I just want to play it, and then we'll know for sure what it's like. But man, I don't know, dude. I'm really like off track with Pokemon.
What the fuck?
I am. I am.
You're just like you're out of it. This is the wrong time to be that way, Jeff. This
No,
is
I mean,
one we're one
I
week.
am out of it with them though, because dude,
What happened?
I, I mean, I don't like this format. This whole like remake. I'm gonna give you
Mm.
this, and then here's a new game in 2-3 months as well. Like, they can go through and promote one game at a time. I'll love it. I don't need a remake to kind of like. I know
Hold you over.
yeah, I don't really need that. I understand, like, you're gonna do it because people want the remakes available to you without them having to worry about, playing their old cartridge or whatever, finding it online, that type of shit. But I don't know. Arceus to me, it is obviously a brand new, new step for Pokemon. They're going hardcore with the open world thing. I think that's important. But again, I do feel like this is shit that they could have been doing a long time ago. And we can say that over and over again. It sounds like a broken record, but I mean, the game can be wonderful. It can be great, and it can break all barriers for Pokemon, and we can be on to something new in Legends. Or it can just be, oh, that was really fun. I've been playing this for 6 months. I kind of got everything I need. Sure, I'll do this raid or this mechanic or whatever. Yes, it's still fun. I can play with my friends the same way I've been playing with my friends. Okay, cool. I can do VGC. But like, if it's the same thing that I've been kind of getting, eventually I'm gonna get like, I'm just gonna be buying it just because it's Pokemon, and I'm not gonna be like enjoying it to its full potential. So I hope the game takes me out of like this little thing I'm in, but we'll see what
Mm-hmm.
happens, man.
Listen, very complicated feelings I didn't know that I had
I'm
about this
going,
game
I'm
now
going
that you
through
brought
it,
this
bro. I'm
up.
just going through it a little bit, man. I'm hitting a crossroads, nigga. I'm almost 32. This is it, man. Pokemon, come with it, man. That's all I'm saying.
Man, I feel you.
That's
I
all I'm
come
saying. I love the
100%
brand,
feel you.
bro. I love the brand. I've been hurting off Go. Go has been trash. Go has been trash. And
Yeah, Go has been
I
Go has
just
been
really
trash
got
lately.
back a few months ago on it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
No.
I don't know. I'm going through something, and I just hope this game kind of cures it.
Well, all right. So, Jonathan, kind of, what are your general feelings on kind of like this game, and how excited are you for it?
So I'm top notch excited for it. I never felt so excited for Pokemon since I saw Sword and Shield and that open map thing, because
Ooh,
it makes me feel like they're trying at least to appease us and be like, look, we know you guys want something better than those 2D models from the 3DSs that we had, and I don't know. Like, I'm excited to dodge Pokemon. I'm excited to throw Smoke Bomb at them. I'm excited to. I don't know. I'm trying to just excited to see this whole new world that they actually have for us, even though it's Sinnoh. You know,
yeah. I mean, it's kind of Sinnoh. It's like
It's
kind of, but like
Sinnoh.
it's a yeah. I'm. You know what? It's kind of like a trip because we're so used to like. I mean, it's 3D to an extent, but then you enter a house and then it kind of like follows the same like overhead camera
Yeah,
format. But
yeah,
like you can walk into places and it's
yeah.
just the same camera doing the
I mean,
same thing. It's different. Like it's so wild. Like
I don't know if you saw on Twitter, Pokemon fans were going crazy because they could finally see a roof on the Pokemon. When they go inside the houses, they were all going nuts for just that. So I'm like, we're excited for a roof. All right, then. I don't know,
Hey,
but
there
it's
are little things that, I mean, I think it's silly, but it's kind of like it's silly for them as well. It's like, come on, y'all, what are we
yo,
doing?
would you? All right. So would you be more excited about this, or maybe you'd be more hype? I'm not varying degrees of excitement. If this was like Pokemon Legends, like Mewtwo, like kick off with
You
Kanto,
talking about
the
me?
title that everyone, well, everybody, well, but you, Pokemon.
Hey, bro, no, let's be real here. I don't want to look. I think they're way late with Arceus as far as like
Mm,
giving us information about Arceus, because we know he's the god Pokemon, and some say he's the creator, whatever. They're like really
right.
riding that thin line, by the way. But like, just say it. It's cool. We get it. He's the god. But I feel like they're kind of late on him, man. I think even like his introduction was kind of like, I say introduction, but when we first found out about the Pokemon itself, I feel like it was like underwhelming. You know what I'm saying? So this to me is way overdue. I like the Pokemon, but if it was like Mewtwo or Mew for that matter, because I think Mew would deserve some kind of love like
Mm,
that.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I probably would have been maybe a little bit more hype, but I wouldn't want to let like nostalgia carry that over. Shit, bring back Lugia and give me a Shadow Lugia storyline, and I promise you I'll be there.
I mean, at this point, they can do whatever with this game because I mean, whether it's like nostalgia carrying over, they're just throwing any old fucking Pokemon in this game. It doesn't matter which region it's from. There's Pokemon from the latest region that's in this game, or maybe like 2 regions before. Maybe I'm bugging, but like they're literally just doing whatever they
You
want with
mean
this
some
game. They're like,
Pokemon are there that don't make sense based off the
yeah,
timeline? Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah. That's what I'm
Interesting.
saying. Like based off like there's pretty much from every region for the most part is represented in this game, even though it's supposed to be Sinnoh, but it which
I'm
makes me wonder now, like, how did these Pokemon get extinct from these
I'm
regions? And
convinced they only did Voltorb so that nobody would question why he looks like a Pokeball now. And Pokeballs didn't look like that back then. So then they made another
mm,
Voltorb to look like the Pokeballs back then to make it
That's
make sense.
hilarious.
I mean, I'm telling you, bro. Somebody was like, it was probably one of the first things on their fucking bulletin. We got to put Voltorb in this game. It doesn't, I mean, I don't know, dude. Whatever. Whatever, bro.
I love this.
They're funny.
love
They're
this.
funny.
Excited Jeff has ever been on this show.
Wow.
Ever
They're
been
really
on
funny,
any
dude.
show
because
that I've
because
listened to?
because I hold this shit down. How long? Look, bro. We've been there during the bad moments of this game, the things that this company's
Sun and Moon,
done.
yeah,
We've celebrated them, even when they're successful. Sun and Moon was very successful, right? Probably the worst
yeah.
Pokemon game I've ever played, but it's very, very successful game, nonetheless. And I protected them, bro. I put my neck out there for that shit, bro. And consistently playing games hours and hours, and I got like 400 hours on Sword and Shield, like really playing that, grinding it out. I just want the shit
That's
to
a
work.
good game.
It was a great game. I just wanted it to work. I just wanted it to be fun. I wanted it to make sense, and I want them to bring Mega Evolution back. God damn it!
Yep. Megas all day.
All right, that's
Listen,
all I gotta
if they
say.
had
Before we start
Megas in
talking
this
about
game,
League.
I would, if there was Megas in this game, I would have even a bigger eyebrow raise of like how everything.
No. This game, they don't. Yeah, we don't need them in this game just off time frame. But y'all know what I mean.
Yeah,
I know what I mean.
yeah. When they remake Kalos before the war thing, and then they introduce like ancient Mega Evolution type shit, and everyone is like,
Abuse.
what?
Don't
Yeah,
use Mega Stones.
yeah, we don't use Mega Stones. We use Mega Crest.
Yeah,
But
it's like a drug to them.
Damn.
yeah,
Mega
but
Evolve.
listen, they're trying this best. The aesthetic of this game is consistent all the way through with this old ancient Japanese style. This is a very rural style that they got going on. They're making it so a lot of things have to deal with missions. Thus far, the one thing that I've been looking forward to that I haven't seen yet, of course, I'm a very big story buff. So if there is not conflict, if there is no opposing, if this is literally just me walking through things and figuring out things and fighting Pokemon along the way and making friends, I might not be as happy, but I'm looking forward. Like, I need someone who is trying to take over the world, who's trying to destroy the region.
Who
who's
wants
entered
this
from
world? Who wants this region? It's nasty out there.
You'll be
I
fun.
mean, I'm sure there is.
I'm
It
sure
would
there's
be really
somebody.
fun if the guy that's trying to destroy the world is actually Arceus, and then you actually got to like throw hands versus Arceus at the end. I mean, I feel like that's where it's going because your Team Galactic, according to like how you're getting dressed out. You know what I mean?
Just wait until
Yeah.
they make us literally collect like every like type plate for Arceus at the end of the game.
Nah.
It's spread everywhere.
And it's like Team Galactic, like, oh, we're like Team Galactic is this like this surveying thing, and I was like, that's not what it's for. It's like, remember when they taught you in junior high school? It's like, actually, the Democrats were the Republicans, and and now the Republicans are the Republicans. Like, so. That's kind of how I feel about this game. Like, it's a little bit all over the place. There's so many different questions that I have about this game. I like the map though. I like the very open world. I'm interested in traveling a bunch of places, but I need to know everything that the leaks, which we'll touch on in a couple of minutes. Everything that the leaks has not pointed out, like, yo, here's your opposing thing, and here's who you got to kill to like really get to the point in this game. What is the end goal? What am I going? If we're not going to be Pokemon masters, we're just surveying and discovering Pokemon. What is this?
Yeah.
And I surmise from the leaks that you may not be
Yeah,
fulfilled.
do we have
from
to
that.
put up the spoiler wall here now?
Well, look,
I think
put
we
up
should.
the wall. But if they're
Let's
gonna make
do
a
the-
game like this, they gotta
Hold on.
gotta make sense.
All right. We're going to officially go into spoiler territory. So if you do not want to be spoiled, I don't know, skip towards the end. Like
Typhlosion, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Bro,
speak towards the end.
here's my treatise on this. If you're worried about spoilers for the Pokemon game, what?
Yeah, you'll be okay. I promise. Like,
What are you talking about?
it's gonna be a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
looking at these
Absolutely.
leaks
So
the second they go up.
yeah.
Yeah, usually.
So let's get into these leaks because they've introduced a full swath of assuming regional Pokemon that there is, and it is an interesting bunch to say the least. I'm not sure. I'm interested who is behind these designs because they don't look like the person who is normally behind the designs at all.
No, it does not. It looks like they called a guy in from like Digimon season 3 and was like,
Oh my god!
they were like, we need a new eye, and they gave it to us. So
Well, no, they do. They typically do like a lot of research around this stuff, right? Like they go through.
Look, I'm sure that's true. I guarantee they do a lot of research, bro. But there's some.
They better
questionable
add this
designs.
podcast to the research.
Yeah, they should. They have some questionable designs in here.
Oh my god, I'm surprised they didn't go with the ancient Hisuian Eevee or something along those lines. To
Hey man,
like
I don't know. We could have gotten the Rock Eevee if we did. I think that would have been fun.
I think so. Too.
Are we ready?
That
Are we
would've
ready
been-
for another evolution? I think we're ready.
Yeah, we've
We've
been
been ready, bro. Yeah, it's been ready. Fairy, come on, don't do them just like that. Just introduce
Sylveon's hard, though.
John, for a second, I know you said a rock Eevee, but I thought you said an Iraq Eevee, and I was like, what? They do need. We got France and fucking England. We need to go to like. Let's go to the Middle East, Africa. Do you know how sick it would be to be in like a pyramid in Pokemon? Come on, man.
Actually, you know that is rumored for 8th gen, though. You do know that, right?
I did not know that. That's awesome.
So that's the rumored is that exactly. So I again, it's rumored, so we're not sure, but I would really love that. Africa and Iran.
What's my man with the big goofy waving hands and he's a sarcophagus? What's his name?
Oh, you love
Yeah, I hope the Egyptian Pokemon are better designed than that motherfucker.
Come on, man.
Damn.
I love Cockagri.
Yeah, man.
I love it. He's such an asshole to play against.
So what we thinking about these leaks, y'all?
Listen,
I kind of like them.
What's the most eyebrow raising thing about these leaks?
I got actually one real quick.
Decidueye.
Decidueye looks crazy.
I'm not down for that. I'm
gonna just go all the way out and talk about this Palkia here because I don't know what the fuck.
Bruh. With that big old long neck.
Mills, you like Weavile? No. Pat, do you like Weavile?
Yes.
Straight human.
It's a little. They really stretch some of these poor bastards out.
Yeah. So so we got some new names for all these other things. So I'm gonna go through the names of these. But yes, first of all, we have to talk about this legendary, what is called Dialga Lord and Palkia Lord.
That's
Lord?
so funny, man. They literally are doing Digimon shit.
Yeah,
Hey, man,
which is it looks like they're fused. Well, at least Dialga's fused with Arceus. I can't explain. I mean, I guess Palkia is as well.
Yeah,
but in its own special way.
Lord.
But kind of weird to be honest with you. But it still makes me wonder, kind of like it. To be honest with you, is Arceus the villain of this game? Like, what's the big? I don't know much about Arceus, to be honest with you, because it is a mythical Pokemon, and most mythical Pokemon are kind of distributed by events, so you don't really get the chance to kind of
know shit about him. Besides him, like
with
being able to change his
it.
types, he can change his type with the plate. That's it.
There's a new plate too with it. It's called the Legend Plate. Just saying.
Really?
Yes. It's supposed to like whatever Pokemon you give it to, he's supposed to get like all the type, like every single type. He gets that type. So I think like you're with half stab if you have that plate.
I'm sorry you're hearing this, Jeff.
That's interesting. I mean, I don't know. Like, there's some things I like on here, right? Arcanine looks cool. Goodra looks cool.
I actually don't like Arcanine. This is so weird.
I'm interested.
No,
I like the Arcanine. No. I like the Goodra though.
The Goodra looks really good. I enjoy that one because it looks like a snail.
Yeah, I really fuck with it.
This
anything
is
that pops up,
man.
Talk about it.
He looks. I'm trying to look like Typhlosion right now. Hang on.
Yeah, I know, right? No, you know what, Mills? When you sent the one with the actual flames, I was like, that's hard. That's
Yeah,
hard. You know,
yeah. When
I
the
can
flames
see
come
how
across,
people are like, people cannot. You know, we do difficult with like Typhlosion. The original Typhlosion, badass. You know, he's kind of masculine. You know, like, and then you see this one, and you're like, oh, a feminine Typhlosion. But I
He's
just think
not
he's chilled
feminine.
out. I just think he's
He's
chill.
smoking perp.
Yeah,
Yep,
he's
the
chilled
high
out.
ass Typhlosion.
He looks good.
yeah.
The fire looked awesome whenever I saw that. So I'm all
To
in.
be honest with you, he needed it
He
because,
did
to
need
be
it.
honest with you, Typhlosion needed a little bit of zing and zang and pizzazz and
Yeah.
all the other things because Typhlosion is a very regular fire
Didn't
type.
get a
If you want to
mega
be,
either.
yeah, it's incredibly like regular. I think it maybe learns a thunder move, maybe.
Yeah, Thunder Punch.
I was gonna say. I
Yeah.
think it's fucking punch.
Yeah. So it maybe learns that, but realistically, like its claim to flame is like claim to flame. Wow, I did
Wow,
that.
look at
That's
you.
the
Not on
title of the
Look at
Pokemon
you.
episode.
You are ready for this
Claim
game.
to flame.
You are ready for this game.
That is OD an episode of Pokemon name. Its claim to fame is Flame Wheel.
Yeah.
That's what I was about
Okay,
to
yeah,
say.
Which is like literally a step above Ember. Like they give it to
Yeah.
you now, like in no time.
Yeah.
Not like I know
Um,
about like actual stats of moves. Like all this shit I liked as a kid just makes me raise my eyebrow.
Absolutely. So one of the most concerning things about this leak thus far, because I don't want to say it's all bad, but there's definitely one thing that's concerning, and I learned it out. I learned it just recently about the moves in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So there have been, I mean, over the last 2 decades, 25 years that they've incorporated a lot of moves into their Pokemon. I think there are over 800 moves for Pokemon as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are only 180 moves in this game, which means there are a lot of things missing, including this is the first time that's ever happened. Earthquake is not in this game.
See a Garchomp.
I guess they're probably just like, I don't know.
I don't think this is a battling game, which is what I want to say.
Yeah,
Like, I don't think this is a game.
definitely, that tells me everything that I need to know.
Yeah, I don't think
that.
there's like a post what happens to everything. I think everything in this universe lives exactly here and isn't meant to really exist outside of it. That's what my general thing is. Now they can always revive.
That's
I'm sure in
fine,
the
as
next
long as they
game
have
they'll have some
content.
fossil. I'm sure they'll have some fossils and stuff, and you'll be able to revive all the Hisuian stuff that died off like 20 years ago.
As long as they have content, I think that's fine, because there's a big community for, hey, you don't have enough post game material, so I'm gonna go do the stuff where I can play online. But also, we have to consider the odds of this game having a DLC/expansion pack are very high. So I don't know what we're gonna be getting, but I'm sure there's gonna be. I mean, they're not gonna not get that money again. Yeah. So I'm almost for certain there'll be some type of pass.
There are no. All right, so going through these leaks, there's no breeding in this game. If you had to be, which would seems like a no-brainer in this old ass like village or something. Like it was like, of course, there's a daycare. Daycare was one of the first things that ever existed. Nope, not in this game. Let's see. Let me ask you guys. Yeah, any other leaks that kind of popped out your eye, because there is like the new gosh, now I'm speaking to John about Gen 5. I forgot what they're named. They're like the weather.
Oh, the genie?
The weather trio? Yeah, the new genie shit.
It's a fairy.
I forgot its name.
Thunderous and Landorus and all them.
Yep. Thunderous, Landorus, Tornadus, and this one is looking for its name, but it looks like him from the Powerpuff Girls or
all-time character.
Yes, easily.
One time I was talking about him, and Eric thought I was talking about the band Him.
It is Enamorous. Enamorous, a different guise from its feminine humanoid form. From the clouds it descends upon those who treat any form of life with disrespect. It gives out punishment. So if you treat life with disrespect, it'll hurt you. That doesn't seem as fun. Going through these leaks. Let's see. I mean, I like. All right, so if we going back to the Pokemon like thing, there's a lot I don't like, and there is a lot there's a lot I don't like, but I think I like if I had to pick all these human forms and stuff like that. I think, of course, Zoroark is incredible, and it's shiny. Zorua and Zoroark, their shinies are very very good. Um, I like. That might be it. I like Sneasler, like the evolution, because I'm a big fan of Sneasel. Like I think just in this game, like Weavile is still one of the things that I use in this game. I used it, and now I think about it, I used it in Brilliant Shining Pearl, and yeah, it's pretty much one of my favorite things.
Oh.
I'm interested in how they incorporate it into this game, but it not being an
He-
ice type is very interesting.
He's
One
supposed to be our
thing-
climbing Pokemon, just
Yeah, I
the
did
rock
see
climber.
that leak picture from that thing that was climbing on the side
Yep.
like a few months
Yeah.
ago. I did see that it's been confirmed from someone. I guess they have the game linked already. Shinies are in the overworld, so
Oh.
you'll see the shiny
Whoa.
immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
I did not know. That's actually really exciting.
Yeah.
Really cool.
So people are going to be craving for shinies. And now here's the thing, though. There's still, I mean, I'm not sure if they think it yet, but Pokemon Home, I'm sure that you can transfer this shit to Home, but you probably just won't be able to transfer it to anywhere else.
Probably.
No, I feel like Go would have them sooner or later. I feel like
Oh,
they
yeah,
keep
yeah,
up with it.
No. Yeah, Go is supposed to have, from what I heard, Go is supposed to have the Voltorb pretty soon, based on the event that's currently happening. I'm assuming they're going to throw these Voltorbs in there. But yeah, they said, listen, both Earthquake and Scald have been removed from this game because a lot of the new moves have new animation, which is very interesting.
Mhm.
I guess
Because
that's
everybody
why
always
there's only-
bitches at them for reusing old animation.
Yeah, so now everything has new animation, and now there's only 180 moves in the game. So God bless.
Yes.
wow.
Let me look through to see if there's anything. I mean, overall, just kind of overall about this game, based on the leaks thus far, in terms of my opinion from this leaks, this is very looking such like this could, like Jeff said, this is a very make or break, hit or miss. It's either there are going to be people who love this game for what it offers, and the majority of it is because we love Pokemon, and there are going to be people who hate this game because it is a terrible attempt at whatever they're trying to do.
It looks pretty though. Looks great. They won't be able to say anything visually. Like if there's something that let's
You
say
sure?
they miss on everything. No, I think the characters look awesome, man.
You sure? I feel like they might. But I'm you know what? I'm interested in terms of like there's the missions and there's all the other things, exactly how fun this game is going to be, because we've leaked everything that everyone has wanted to know. There are Pokemon, there are shinies, there are stats, there are moves, there's everything, but nothing is leaked about people actually playing the game, going through the game, and exploring what the story actually is about. I hope it's not just me with figs and berries planting and creating Pokeballs in the middle of the woods on a December day. I hope it's a lot more like we need to save this from this and we need to discover this about this. But I could definitely see this game as just kind of living, existing, breathing on its own and no longer being mentioned again, to be honest with you. But it's going to sell because it's Pokemon.
It's gonna sell for sure. It's gonna sell. They're saying you can see Pokemon size differences.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is
That's
cool.
I think they showed it with like the Voltorbs, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken, that little leak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. The characters in the game reference all region except for Unova and Kalos. Interesting. Let's see. Time traveling, potentially. Arcanine. Huh. I don't know. Yeah, they're leaking a lot of stuff about items I don't care about. A lot of Pokeballs, a lot of different type of Pokeballs. Seek out all the. Oh, that's not fun. All right, I'm not going to spoil the final mission, but I was like, oh, all right, well, okay. Weather effects, strong sunlight, fog. There's new status conditions. There is, instead of sleeping now, instead of going to sleep, there's drowsy. A Pokemon is drowsy and may fail to act. Any damage it takes is also increased, which seems very scary. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The game leaks. This is all we have to look. I mean, once again, we're a week away from this game. We're gonna buy the game. We're gonna see kind of how it plays out and how everything kind of goes. But our expectations are variously mixed.
Does anyone have it yet? Like, are there any
Yeah,
reviews out for it
I
yet?
don't. As far as like reviews, I don't think so. But
I don't think
there's
so.
some pretty
I feel
clean
like the
Reddit
embargo
pages out
will lift.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
somebody's
feel like
got
the
the
embargo.
game though. So
Yeah, I feel like the embargo will lift maybe like 24 hours before the game
yeah, probably
drops.
like Wednesday.
Yeah, like
Thursday.
I know Austin Johnson is not doing his review until like August. Not August. Well, until Australia drops their release. So
Interesting. Okay. Well, listen, he's the one I also subscribe to watch about a lot of shit. So shout out to Austin John Plays, who will teach me everything about this game. A lot of it I won't use, but I'll try to anyway. Um, but nonetheless, I mean, this is the game. Listen, mixed reviews. We're not sure how this is gonna go. The leaks actually did the opposite of what leaks usually do when it comes to this game.
The number of moves is crazy.
Yeah, the leaks actually sobered everyone up in terms of this expectation we had for this game going in. It actually sobered everyone up, and it was like, wow, this is going to be interesting. But it's a very different story. It's a very different environment. I'm kind of interested in the gameplay and the story and all of that. All the Pokemon stuff is very. I just hope it doesn't become tedious. Like, don't, because a lot of the tasks seemed like, yo, catch 6 Shinx.
Yeah,
And tell me
don't mistake us wanting a higher difficulty with like just doing more bullshit.
Yeah, that would suck.
interesting.
Like just make the game competitive and fun.
But,
yeah.
go ahead.
By the way, I don't think there's any online competitive in this game.
No,
I think it's
I don't
just
think so.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It would be too much, right?
Yeah,
Well,
it
with the
would be
moves
too.
missing, that kind of confirms that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to play around a little bit with the moves. Like, for instance, like, you know what I'm saying? Pokemon Go doesn't have every move in this game, and you actually only have really 2 or 3 moves in Pokemon Go. But still, people manage to make a competitive game out of it. And if you can kind of time your quick moves and your strong moves and all this other bullshit like that, then maybe you can get something going. But it'll be interesting to see how it plays. Next Friday, we'll be playing this game. We'll be presumably in Discord talking about it. And hopefully by the time next month, hopefully you won't have to wait till April to hear from us about the review of this game. But I want to thank John. Thank you for coming through, man.
No, thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Thanks,
you for to be able to pick your brain about this. Jeff, we'll get through this together.
We will.
We'll figure this out.
We will, bro. I mean, I have no choice. You know, it's not like I'm not gonna abandon it, but yeah, man. I'm looking for one of them ones. We need that.
Pat, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm more excited than Jeff. I was not expect. That's a surprise.
Yeah, right. It's crazy.
So we will see you guys next time whenever we open this gameplay, and hope everyone around the world isn't feeling the same way Jeff is, and hopefully Jeff isn't feeling the same way
Hopefully,
that Jeff is when the game comes out. But we'll see. Thank you guys. Of course, you can subscribe to The Lookout at The Lookout RNC on Twitter. You can also subscribe to The Lookout on RNC Radio everywhere where you listen to podcasts: Apple, Spotify, Google Play, YouTube, everything of the rather. And yeah, continue to look out. We got the big eyes every week. We have the lookout every week as we're doing Titan Time, reviewing Attack on Titan on a weekly basis. And make sure you guys continue to listen to all the other RNC radio podcasts that we got going on. Until then, thank you guys, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.